many of you guys remember the Merchant of Death, the Russian arms dealer that the Biden Kamala Harris campaign did a deal with to exchange this man right here for Brittany Griner. Brian Griner is probably the real name. You guys remember that? You probably don't remember that. Hold on, let me show it to you because I want to give you the receipt. Now I want to remind you, we, the United States of America, exchanged this America-hating man-child, woman-child, whatever the hell she is or he is, in exchange for one of the most world-renowned arms dealers there is. Watch this.
Fort Worth. This is WFAA News.
I was actually asleep and the phone rang and I picked it up and I was just overjoyed. I was ready to get out of bed and jump up and down. It's so exciting. It's just the best news ever.
You're hearing from Brittany Griner's basketball coach in Houston. Welcome back, everybody, to Midday. I'm Ariel Placencia. The WNBA star is now free after months of captivity in Russia. She was released as part of a prisoner's...
Now, you remember, Shorty went over there. I'm sorry, that's not a woman. Brian went over there and was smoking on the marijuanas like he was in America. And as you recall, this was one of the main people who talked about how racist America was, how homophobic America was, how bad America was. And the craziest thing is when the clown got back, kept on going with it. Fast forward to Caitlin Clark being in the WNBA, bringing millions and gazillions dollars worth of revenue. This clown right here, the same one that should still be locked up in a Russian prison, ain't coming out to defend the Caitlin Clark, bro. It ain't doing nothing but participating in the foolishness. It's the entitlement of some of these people that's absolutely insane. But I just want to remind you this, so let's keep listening.
Swap with Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. ABC's Alex Presha has the latest on her health and the deal that's bringing her home.
Nearly 10 months after being detained, WNBA star Brittany Griner is free.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home.
By the way, they were putting Brittany Griner into a male prison in Russia. They were getting ready to put Brittany Griner into a male prison in Russia. After they did DNA tests on Brittany Griner, the Russian government was going to put her in a male prison. Look at Kamala Harris behind Joe Biden.
Home after months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances. Brittany will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones.
President Biden tweeting these pictures from the Oval Office with Griner's wife, Sherelle. The U.S. and Russia agreeing to swap Griner for convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, who was serving a 25-year sentence in Illinois following a conspiracy conviction.
This is a day we've worked.
So we exchanged an America-hating, probably transgender basketball player for a hardcore criminal. And now the criminal is out and off doing what he do. And this is what I need you to understand. Putin's merchant of death is back in the arms business, this time selling to the Houthis. Now, I need you to understand a little bit of the background of this. So I'm going to slow down and I'm going to show you who the damn Houthis is. I'll be right back. Now, I need you to follow me now because I'm going a little bit deep, but I want you to understand it. So when we start talking about Joe Biden exchanging Brittany dumb behind Griner for the merchant of death, who's a arms dealer, they make the exchange. And all this happens prior to this war in the Middle East really breaking out. And the merchant of death, and the news reports are saying that, you know, he's dealing with the Houthis, but you got to understand, the man probably been dealing with them since he got out of prison. But the Houthis themselves are a sect of kind of like a civil governmental sect of Yemen. And so what you're looking at is you have this kind of rebel army within Yemen that's been fighting for power, but they're backed by Iran. And it's very important to understand they're backed by Iran. And so you have Russia, through the merchant of death, selling weapons of war to the Houthis, who are also controlled by Iran, and now they are performing acts of terror. It's nothing. It's just like having Hamas running around doing acts of terror. It's a proxy army, is what they've become. But the most important thing I'm trying to get you to understand is this: it was Joe Biden, in exchange for Brittany Griner, that enabled the world's best arms dealer, the guy that they made movies about. They literally made movies about this arms dealer, to get back into the game, to start to fund and do arms deals with proxy armies all over the world. Prior to this war breaking out between Israel and Hamas and on the Gaza Strip, and then basically everywhere else. I mean, it was Joe Biden that did it in preparation for this battle. And I know you may be saying, DW, that don't make no sense. Watch, I'm gonna show it. Here you go. It's make even more sense. Watch this. U.S. Navy warships targeting complex attack on Red Sea. When did this happen? September 28th. Listen. Several U.S. Navy warships were targeting a complex attack on Friday by the Iran-backed Houthi in the Red Sea, according to the Department of Defense. The point I'm making to you is, ladies and gentlemen, if you go back in time, the deal that was done for Brittany Griner released probably one of the most dangerous individuals on the planet. And now he's back arming people that are striking America, striking Israel. Like literally. And it was done over Brittany damn Griner, who don't like America. And guess who was in the White House when all this was going on? Guess who was around? This chick right here. And she was standing up there like she was proud of what happened. This woman has so much stuff, so much baggage that she has to account for. It's ridiculous. Remember, I showed you the video. They had Brittany Griner, and it was like, Brittany Griner's wife is here, and blah, blah, blah. They should have left that trick in prison. Should have left the trick in prison, man. That's all I'm saying.